Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Maggie. Today we're going to be doing a Chucky inspired makeup, but make it every day, inspired by the Smashbox Masters of Horror lipstick in the Chucky shade. I already did a video on the Bride of Frankenstein one, which I'll link in the cards up above, but I start out with just a nice transition shade to get me going. For the main colors in the palette I'm going to be using the Nikki Tutorials collab with Beauty Bay, and I love this palette. It's so creative and so fun, and we're going in with that red pigment shade called Mackay, and we're starting with that right over that transition color and using it in the crease. It's super pigmented. I honestly didn't realize how pigmented it was going to be, but if it's a little too strong for you, you can just blend it out a little bit and keep on going. Now we're going in with the shade Redemption, which I thought matched nicely with his hair, especially both these colors together, or it goes with his shirt. I really love the Chucky movies, especially love watching like all the behind the scenes stuff with how they did the doll. It's so interesting and not something you see anymore. I feel like they usually CGI everything. There is a new Chucky show and they did do more practical stuff, so that made me happy. Over the top of my eyelid, I'm going to take the shade Marvelous from the Hocus Pocus 2 collection. It's nice, just like shimmery orange over the top, just to add some more sparkle. I am going to be continuing to layer stuff, like this Hive Mind shade from the Lethal Cosmetics Theresa's Lethal collab. It's a nice duochrome red peach color that I thought would tie in with the Chucky look. And then we're taking 17th Century from that same Hocus Pocus palette to kind of tie in the silver from the knife he seems to always be stabbing someone with, and just to brighten the eyelid a little bit. We're going to take this glow shot from NYX Cosmetics in the shade Come Through Coconut, just to add some more sparkle and shine to the look. You don't have to do this, I just thought it was fun. And it would be a Chucky look without some really sharp cat wings. Really replicates that knife that he uses all the time. I'm using the Grwm Beauty On the Borderline eye marker in Midnight Black, one of my favorite eyeliner markers because it stays all day and doesn't transfer. They also had a Tiffany shade of lipstick in this collection, so if you were a really huge Chucky fan and you wanted both, you could get both and they would match together. But I didn't because it was just like a really dark purple black, and I already have some of those, and that's not the most like everyday thing I would wear. Now we're going in with the e.l.f. Big Moon mascara in black. Just a basic mascara because I always wear eyelashes, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going in with my favorite lashes from the Lash Trip collection in You Do You from Kiss. These are the ones I actually wore at my wedding, and they're probably my favorite lashes of all time. They're just really flattering and really make my eyes pop. And Chucky is a dramatic king, so I feel like lashes are necessary. Going in with my e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift in neutral brown like usual, and shaping out my brows to a nice filled in arch. Nothing too crazy here. To give us that plastic face like Chucky, we're going to go in with the Pore Bloom Primer, Smoothing Pore Primer, and from Touch and Soul. I haven't used this in ages, but it really reminds me of my favorite number 7 primer, just without that tint. It's super long lasting for your makeup, and it also really smooths out that skin nicely. I forgot how much I loved this stuff. Then we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm Foundation. I've been really liking this foundation, especially now that it's getting into colder months. It really helps even out my skin tone, but also hydrate it because my skin has been on the drier side, but it also doesn't look too makeup-y. So if you're into that look, I feel like you would really enjoy this foundation. You could obviously go in with a more full coverage foundation if you wanted, especially if you're going out on Halloween for Chucky and you want to look more plasticky. But I just stuck with this for today. But we are going to add some more coverage with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer. One of those concealers that I love. It's nice and self-setting, but I still set it either way. but it's a good shade for me and it adds nice coverage without looking cakey. And when I set my foundation today, we're going to go in with the Laura Mercier loose translucent powder, that like famous powder everyone loves. If it's your birthday, make sure you get your Sephora free gift because this is one of the options. And it also comes with like a little eye stick thing. And I really like the powder. It's nice and smoothing. It's not as smoothing as some of my drugstore powders, to be honest, but I'm definitely going to use it. Like, I was struggling trying to get the product out because it's so stuffed full, and it's definitely worth your time to go get your free birthday gift. I actually wore this powder on my wedding, and I'm not gonna lie, by the end of the day I was like, why didn't anyone tell me I'm like a grease pan? But that's besides the point. I was dancing a lot. And we're gonna go carve out our cheeks and bronze up our face a little bit because why not? And Chucky was like on the more like bronzy side in my opinion because he was dull, so they were trying to add dimension. We're going to go in with this Milani Baked Blush in the shade Sunrise Serenita. I just thought it really matched his hair and the eye look, and it really tied in the eye look really well. And I love these blushes because if you want to skip highlighter, you can, because this one has a nice gold shimmer running through it. It's just such a pretty fall blush. It reminds me of pumpkins, reminds me of Chucky's hair. I am going to do a video and it's going to be showing all my favorite fall blushes. If you would want to enjoy that, keep a lookout. It'll be on my channel soon. I go ahead and take a really dark burgundy color and I add that to the crease just to tie in more of that when he gets like beat up and bloody look. You could really just do that whole color on your eyes if you're going for the more like dark vibe of him. Going in with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in 606 Wherever Walnut, one of my favorite lip liners right now. You don't have to do this, I really helps create the lip shape that I want to go for before I do my lipstick. And here's the time we use that Chucky lipstick. These are super creamy and juicy, so they're not going to dry out your lips, but they will transfer a little if you're eating or whatever, so you'll just have to watch that. But I have to say, this is one of those amazing nude colors. I'm definitely going to keep wearing this a lot because if you've watched my channel, you know I love a good pinky nude, and I feel like this one is more of a nude that has like a tan undertone, which I don't really have, and I think it pairs really well with the lip liner that I used. There is the completed look with the lippy. It's a nice nude cream lipstick, and I think you should get it if they're still available. It's so good, smells good, and it wears well. We're gonna go in with this matte pastel blue from that same Naked Tutorials palette in the shade Plot Twist, and we're gonna put that in our inner corner to tie in the blue from his denim overalls. And I do go ahead and go in later with Mama Tutorials, and it's like an icy dirt deeper blue shade, and I go ahead and go over that pale blue just to make it pop more and make it more noticeable that it is a blue. You'll have to bear with the lighting here. I was really fighting the lighting. It was about to storm and the lighting was just like going in and out. It was terrible, but you can also see the sparkles in that. If you're going to use this for a Chucky costume, you could obviously add stitches to your face and blood and all that kind of thing. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I hope you're enjoying your spooky season as it gets closer to Halloween. I'm sad because it's almost over. But have a good day. Bye!